We're here at the Obliteration
rehearsal place.
Chaos place. And this is Sindre, and this is Christian. Any words?
No. Not really. Hello.
Okay. But you would like to tell us about this this fantastic amp you have.
Yes. I have an amp. It's an orange amp from 1973, and it brings total soul into the music. So everyone should have orange amps from 1973, but no one can find that.
This amp, this is used actually when you recorded this album, the Necrosounds album. How much does the equipment you use mean to the music you make?
It's more how you use your equipment, because the most important equipment is your ears and mind. So you need to, you know, use all the knobs to get the sound right. But we always try to buy equipment and guitars that are known for good tone and good soul, and nothing fancy with too much gain or whatever. We just buy equipment that sounds organic.
When you talk about sounding organic, the sound, especially on the new album, it's not like crystal clear.
No, the sound reflects what we think death metal should be, or extreme metal. It should be dirty and it should be soulful and aggressive and extreme. And I think we managed to create a soundscape that fits with the music.
You have a special, I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's an inspiration source, but there is this Darkthrone album that means quite a lot to you, which also, I don't know if it influenced the sound, but it means a lot to you.
You mean Goat Lord?
Yes?
Yes.
How much do, when you listen to other music, and especially like the sound and the music so much as you do on Goat Lord, how much does that influence the music and the sound that you go for?
It influences a lot, because the sound is how at least 50% of the album, and if you have boring sound, you could have the best tunes ever, but if I would review the album, I would still just give it 3 out of 6. Without the proper sound and the proper production, your music will turn out much weaker than it should be. If you're in a boring band with the Peter Tagren sound, good for you. But for us, the most important thing is to have a production and a sound that reflects the darkness of the music.
By having such a sound, it's not easy to sell albums. Does that mean anything to you, or is it just the music that is in focus for you?
The music is the only focus, of course. If we cared about how much we were selling, we would be sellouts.
And nobody buys albums anymore anyway.
Yeah, no one buys albums anymore. I'm pretty sure that this album has been downloaded several hundred times, but hasn't sold that much yet. But hopefully it will sell steady throughout the next couple of years, because it's a good album.
But at the same time, I get when I listen to the album, I get the feeling that it's an album that deserves this the word of mouth thing, where people talk about it, and slowly it
evolves into somewhat of a classic.
But
perhaps.
Yeah, because it's released in Norway by Physics Format. But how about abroad?
Well, it's released worldwide by Physics Format through their distributors, because Plastic Head distributes in Europe, and Sound Pollution or something in Sweden, and they have pretty okay distribution in Europe, but not so good in the States. And we tried to get cool distro deal with Relapse, because they were actually interested in releasing the album, but haven't heard back.
Okay, maybe it takes time.
Yeah.
Relapse.
Relapse, don't do it when you want to go through.
Okay.
They released the Necromantion 7-inch.
Okay.
The Speed and Spikes series with Toxic Holocaust and Us and Abigail, and they're cool, but they were also pretty slow then. But they actually offered to release the album, but that was after we signed with Physics Format, which was kind of a bummer, but Fysisk Format has been fucking excellent, especially here in Norway. And really cool guys, and we love the record shop Tiger, which Fysisk Format are based from.
Yeah,
so.
Because you mentioned Norway especially now, and the feedback from journalists, from the people in Norway, the people interested in music in Norway, has been quite well.
Yeah, it has been insane actually. We've had huge spreads in Natt og Dag. We've been on the second place of the top 10 list album in Aftenposten by Harald Fossberg, and Natt og Dag actually voted Necrosams as the best album of the year. So, and we have gotten extremely lots of feedback and great reviews in huge papers and stuff like that.
And in the biggest website in Norway.
Yeah, of course. And so the feedback has been awesome. But we worked long and hard on this album, and we knew and still know that this is a good album.
But when you get such